Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Market is doing the roller coaster thing. China clamping down, causing ball sacks all up in the middle of all the graphs. First, want to touch and just, I want to, right now, I already said that the Joe Theismann No Limit coin, the fundraiser for Hurricane Harvey, man, like we're going to need another one for fucking Hurricane Irma or whatever, the one hitting Florida. And now there was a big earthquake that happened in Mexico City. A bunch of crazy things because I woke up it's like my emotions were everywhere when you're talking about, because, my brother's he's in Florida, right? And they're talking about it's going to devastate Florida. The crazy part was I was just in Cuba not too long ago for a vacation. And then I hit that. And, the craziest part is I'm supposed to be in Mexico City right now. Like, that's the crazy part. I should be in Mexico City. And, like, they said, like, so many people died. That would have been crazy. I was going to go, like, basically there was an ICO for silver. It was going to be a tokenized silver. And I was going to go check out the mine and, like, make sure everything's legit. And I was going to fly out there to Mexico City. And, like, I was be there. The only thing is I didn't take the deal just because I watched a movie, the Gold movie. My homeboy told me to watch Gold. And I did. And it changed my mind. The fucking it didn't change my mind completely, but it didn't help. Because I was already on the fence, because it's hard to prove. It's kind of like, basically, how do you prove you have a mind, right? Like, you can say you have paperwork, you can have some guy with a pickaxe, but yeah, this is his mind. But at the end of the day, like, how do you really know in a foreign state? Yeah, they can show you the references, but can't those just be counterfeited, right? Like, I don't know. It's kind of like if I was in London and there was some foreigner who never been there, or if I was in Pittsburgh, there was some foreigner who never been there, and I'm just tapping on the bridge. I'm like, yeah, this is my bridge. There's hand on the paperwork. Like, so, you want to buy it? It's like, how do you fucking prove that that's not my bridge? It's like, how do I prove this fucking mine is this guy's? And then I started thinking, I watched Gold, and I was like, man, the government can just come in at any time. I was like, man, it's just too swingy. The lesser fund Dan would have went for it for sure. But I don't want to take those kind of risks. But the point is, I was really thinking about it because I was close. Like, I was really close to doing it. The only thing was that last little thing. It's like, man, it's hard to prove, but I really like the idea. And yeah, man, I should be in Mexico City right now. So it's pretty nuts. Count your lucky Bitcoins. Not really too much to talk about when it comes to the market. Also really good. Something really crazy. Not really crazy. It's all expected, but just landed another really big deal last night. And this one was, it's kind of gotten to the point. This is what happens with me. I move so quickly. It gets to one point, like, I get to something and I move so quickly, and like I'm always constantly in almost foreign terrain, meaning like I'm not somebody who plateaus too much. I'm not somebody who gets comfortable too quickly. Like, I just keep rising and rising and rising, and usually if I do stumble, it's a fall. So what I've been trying to do now is stabilize myself a little bit, but it's just, that's the thing, man. I build so quickly because it's a combination of things. I'm really quick to hire somebody, but I'm even quicker to fire somebody. And that's the thing. Like, I constantly have talent being flowed in, flowed out. Like, anyone can ask. Anyone that has done business with me, they're like, man, Dan, like, easy going, real easy to get in contact with. Like, he's super always looking to make people money. And that's the thing. When I go into business, I never look at it and ask myself, how much money am I going to make? What am I going to make? I'm going to look at everyone involved, and I'm going to say, how much money can I make everyone else? You understand? Because if you bring the most value in a deal, which anyone can get to that point, when you bring the most value, yet you're looking out for everyone else first, people notice that, people want to do business with that. The thing about it, and what causes this shiftiness when you start to get up there, is people, when you're dealing with this kind of money, people start to that's when the emotions get in, and then they start second guessing themselves, and the trust isn't as found as it should be. And it's just very important because somebody asked me, I was talking to a homeboy, and we're live Skyping. I got my badass fucking condo, and I don't know, I think I had like a big old bag of fucking Costco chips on the table or some shit. And I'm sitting there in like some pajama pants, some fucking house slippers, and like a ghetto ass workout shirt, just fucking chilling, right? And he's talking, he's like, man, what the fuck? He's like, you look just the same. You look grungy as fucking ever. Always. I'm clean though. I'm always motherfucking clean. I fucking get out the shower. I clean. I'm a good smelling dude. I got clean clothes. I'm not saying I'm like that. I'm just saying I'm not wearing the bling bling. I don't give a fuck about no chandelier. I don't give a fuck about nothing. I do care about the view. That's about it. Other than that, man, I really, I don't have a car. I haven't driven a car in fucking 7 years. I don't never fucking drive anywhere. I always either hire someone to go do it for me, go do it my damn self if I can't afford someone to hire, when I went to that rough patch. Now it's like my girlfriend. My girlfriend just hooks up. She's like a sexy ass mom. She just fucking hooks everything up for me. Yeah, that's fucking life. Just basically, I don't drive. Basically, I never had to. I've always worked from home. I don't like working for people. It's like, it's not about it. It's like, it's just something I don't like doing. I don't like going out and having to do all that because I'm really hyper focused on my time. I'm really aware of how valuable time is, and I'm kind of like claustrophobic if I feel like I'm wasting it. So if I was working for someone, I would go insane. It wouldn't be a life worth living for me because I would just constantly be thinking, man, all this time I'm wasting. Like I always think of what my brother's thinking when he's in prison, but if I was him, I would just, and what he's doing, I'd just be reading books, working out, writing, always improving myself. And it would just be like a stent of self-improvement. And I would come out like the sharpest motherfucking blade you ever seen. But it's kind of hard to focus when you got like a job where you got to fucking, be on hands. You can't really do that. You can't just go and bust a workout in the middle of your workout or your job usually. But, and with these morning videos, like it's crazy because I had woke up and I had this big message I wanted to say. And then I went and I'm starting to do I had fucked off my morning routine for some reason for a couple weeks since I moved. Everything was crazy. And I have a very specific morning routine I like to do. I like to wake up and then the first thing I like to do is go for a walk. And I just, it's walking meditation basically. And I just go center my ball. If you look at the ball center video if you haven't. And then I come up and I will take a hot cold shower, which will basically make my blood shoot in and out of my muscles and into my veins, right? And it when you go into the super cold, it raises your immune system. It raises your central nervous system. It gets you prepared for extreme changes in anything. And that's really good because when your body, it's kind of like a 0 to 100 real quick. And then your body's like, whoa, what the fuck was that? We got to be on. And it kind of wakes you up. It releases some cortisol, which is good on an empty stomach because that'll burn fat. And it will act like a little rocket jet for that HGH when it subsides, right? Because when the cortisol levels go down, the HGH comes up. And you already have a natural cortisol boost in the morning. So that's just a way to really ride that. And that's why you never have coffee first thing in the morning. You always want to wait an hour because cortisol is like a natural caffeine. When it subsides, you might start to feel a little dip in energy. That's when that caffeine, boom, on an empty stomach, lots of water. And then I go introverted for 2 sets of 30 seconds, which means just go upside down. That's just to get the blood into my brain. Right, so I can start my day. The morning time is usually, this is when I usually write. Now I just get in front of a microphone because I freestyle write. I don't know. I don't think I write like normal people because I'll just write like I'm thinking, like I'm talking right now without any kind of thought. I'm just freestyle writing, and then I'll go back and I'll check for grammar and all that. With this, if I fuck up a word, I can't go back and change it. You guys just get to laugh at me. But it's just, yeah, there's no plans. There's no nothing. I just get in front of the mic. And what I was saying was when I wake up, I had this completely different thing. And then, I turn on and I see all this shit going on with the world and found out that I just dodged a bullet. And then the whole mentality changes. So it's kind of crazy because I never know like what Dan I'm going to get when I make one of these. I never know what I'm going to say. And it's just that's the fun part because now I get to go back and listen and I have no idea. It's like listening. It's like watching a movie for the first time or listening to something for the first time. 'Cause I had no idea what I said a fucking week ago. I'm not writing scripts. I have no idea. And then I'll hear some shit and I'll be like, man, that's cool. Or I'll be like, man, it's cool to see my perception from that day. it's just fucking amazing. I can't explain it to you how awesome it really is to tape your journey and then be able to anytime to go back and look at, you know, days where you may, like, you know, I have certain days where I knew I was down, where I got some bad news, and I would go back and I would look at how I performed that day. Like, not performed, you know, it's not a fucking performance. I'm just being me. I'm just talking to it's just me and a microphone. I'm just talking, and it happens to go on the internet for everyone else to listen, and they can say what they want. But it's just, yeah, it's really cool to go back to those days and be like, man, what did I say? Like, what the fuck did I say? And then I would be like completely opposite of what I thought. And yeah, it's really cool to have. And anyway, I had this big deal I brokered, and this is what happens to me in life. And I trust people very quickly, and I'm very quick to, you know, I really relate. I'm not trying to sound cocky or like a douche or anything, but I kind of really relate to Genghis Khan and Mongolian, that recent show. Because he's the same way, right? He has a lot of people. He defers, like he gets a lot of advice from not advice. He just talks to a lot of people, right? He listens to them out, and then he's real quick to trust somebody, but he's real quick to cut a motherfucking head off. I'm the same way. I'm real quick to fucking trust you, but I'm real quick to fucking cut your head off if I see like it's not working. There's no pussyfooting around with me. But if you survive a month, that's like a year with me. It really is, because that's the thing, man. A lot of people, it's about trust. Like, I don't know. That's why I'm so liquid, man. That's why I'm able to go from 0 to 100 so quickly. That's why I'm able to go from being, you know, having nothing to fucking having 7 figures. The point is so quickly. And now the people around me are starting to get that kind of money. You know, I'm taking people who 2 or 3 months ago didn't have anything really, and now they're fucking 7 figures. Like, that's what I do, because the reason is, when you break that trust barrier, meaning I'm not afraid to lose. I can't lose. I don't consider being down and out losing. There's a different mindset when you're on the journey, when you're on the path. It's like when you're climbing a mountain and you're not going up anymore, and people, you know, you might have to go down, right? If you're looking at my cursor, you're going up a mountain, right? Oh, but then you might be having to go down, right? And you might think, well, this is wrong. I need to be going up. We're trying to climb up to the mountain. But if the whole mountain starts from here and goes all the way to here, and down here, it starts down here, and up here, you're up here, right? But during this distance, there's going to be ups and downs and all kinds of fucking things before you get to the top of the mountain. That's what people don't understand. Money's just a figment of imagination. Your weight, your mindset, it's a figment. It can be changed. It can be controlled. It can be maneuvered. Your body is not set in stone. You are a piece of clay that can be molded into anything you want at any fucking time. And it's just very, very important to not be fucking scared of, you know, it's like, dude, I have more money than I ever had by a long shot. I've always been up. I've always been down. I've been backstabbed by my best fucking friends. I've been backstabbed by family. I've been backstabbed. And then when I look up to the last person I thought could help me, they cut off a finger. I've fucking been there. I should have trust issues. I don't know what trust issues mean. I don't understand it, because trust is a shield. It's a fucking sword and a shield. It's something that you never put down. Just because someone's clanking against your fucking shield, and hurting you, and you don't think you can make it, you put down your shield, what's going to happen? You're going to be cut down real quick. When you want to become wealthy and you cut off and you think you have trust issues, meaning you can't trust anybody, meaning it's all trust is just a mannerism rooted to fear. Right? It's just the opposite pearl of it, because if you can't trust, that's a root of fear. The inability to trust, meaning I can't trust because I may get screwed over. If I get screwed over, I may lose money, or I may look bad. I may this or that. And those are people who are afraid to go on the dips, because having people in your corner is what's going to propel you up. You know, sometimes, you know, I like talking these things. You know, I'm going to talk to some of my homeboys today, but I love just explaining my perception on this, because it's just, I don't know. I just love it. The fact is, it's basically when I'm like it's like an open platform. I've always been able to make money very quickly, because it's not about making money. Like, I never put money on a pedestal. When you're not afraid to lose it, it's right there on your level, right? And money's always flowed around me, always, every time. I've made money in the craziest ways you could ever imagine. It was 100% expected what happened. right? And now I'm this platform. I let anybody get on this fucking platform. And some people might think that they're walking on me, right? Because they're like, ooh, I feel like I could take advantage of D, right? Ooh, I might be able to do this. I might be able to do that. He's really, he's really kind of loose with his, he really gives a lot of trust, right? He might be too trustworthy. Those are the type of people where this platform right here, it's going to get fucking shaky. And they're going to fly the fuck off because they're not going to get, they're going to be taking it for granted, right? The people walking on me. The platform, no. The people who are firm, right? They anchor themselves to the platform. They're not walking on me. They're becoming a part of me. They're becoming a foundation with me. They're they're getting down and they're hunkering down. When this platform goes crazy, they're not going to fly off because they understand that the platform's there not to be abused. It's there as a lever, right? It's like, don't get it twisted. It's like the kid in the cookie jar thinking the parent does an eye, and they got their hand in there and they're looking around. It's like, oh, I'm actually doing it. And then they take the cookie and then they put the cookie jar away and they think that they did it. That's just the mentality I have. I have zero fear of being fucked over by anybody. And I have 100% confidence in everybody until proving me wrong. I always treat everybody as they should and could be. Right? That's how you have to treat people. You treat them how they should and could be. You give them all the trust. You give them all the fucking opportunity in the world. And then they come back and it changes their fucking lives and they're either grateful or they're not. Right? And you keep doing that. Rinse and repeat. I've been doing that all of my life to people. This isn't the first time. I've made, this has happened rinse and repeat throughout my entire life. And you would think it'd be insanity that I would stop doing it by now because of how many times I have been, quote unquote, taken advantage of. But I don't look at it as being taken advantage of, like I said, because I've been down and out before and I've been up in the sky. And nothing has changed. It's the exact same journey and it's the exact same lessons to be learned. And the only thing is my platform becomes more sturdy. My foundation becomes stronger. And then it gets to the point where, your dagger is like stabbing a tree trunk and it hurts, but it really doesn't do any fucking damage because the tree trunk's going to keep getting bigger and stronger. And you know what happens after you, do something to a tree? It just grows back a knot even stronger. And that's to the point where I've come because I've realized I've gotten to the point where money doesn't matter. Nothing else matters. My mindset and my awareness matters. The fact that I've been through so much and it hasn't jaded me. It hasn't gotten me to the point where I don't want to help people. That's where I know my foundation and the knives, they just bounce off of me. I am almost lifting my fucking arms to let my liver get stabbed. Let a motherfucker try. I'm almost anxious to see it. I'm amused to see humans and how they like to congregate and try to be sneaky and get their wins. I've been really lucky and blessed to meet a lot of good people in my life, and a lot of the newer people I can sense quality from a mile away. And I really got I got a lot of love really quick, man. That's the thing. You embrace me and it's like you've known me your whole life because that's how I treat you. I don't understand time. I don't know if I haven't known you for the X amount of time. It doesn't matter. I'm going to treat you how you should be. Whatever happens, if you turn out to be a weasel, that's fine. You just like getting your hair cut. You cut out the curl you don't want. It's that simple. And then you grow on. It's not a problem. I'm not afraid to let people in. And that's a big thing. So there's a lot of people that have a lot of talent that they may feel worthless and they may feel down because they don't have money. And it's just like that quote complete. You got to get vicious. You got to understand what you're about, what you bring, what your unique is, what you can do for a community. It's just a matter, like some people want to get it twisted with power ranks. Like in life, there's funnels. That's all there is, right? And there's no funnel A, funnel B. There's funnels that do certain things. You got to understand what your part is. Some people think that they get their place confused, and there's no disrespect and there's no nothing. Like, I'm a fucking alpha lion. That's what I fucking do. I go out, I get the kill, I bring it back to the family. I've done that my whole fucking life. Since I was a little fucking kid, I've been helping my family out with bills, helping my friends out, buying them shoes for their birthday when they didn't have money, when their shoes were falling off. I've been that kid. I've been the kid to give out my last sandwich when I didn't have nothing to fucking eat. That's just how I've always been. And there's a lot of people who aren't like that, but that's fine. There's a lot of people who are ninjas though, right? They may not be comfortable going out to get the kill, but they're good at carving it up and making sure everybody gets their piece and looking out for everybody. Like, you need all of that, right? And then you need the people who got your back, the fucking ninjas who will guard you when you sleep, because guess what? That's when I'm vulnerable, and that's when you need people around. And then when they sleep, they can count on me to watch them. And there's no power. It's a family. It's a bond, and everybody does a different thing. It's kind of like, yeah, you have a family, and you have those that people look up to, but it's not, people think I'm looking down. No, I'm looking up, right? Because I only see what you are and should be. It's not should be, it's what you are, right? Yeah, I look up to you at what you are. People may be like, well, I'm not there yet. Yeah, you are. It's time. Time doesn't exist. Remember, it's all now. Your future self and your past self. It's all right now. You look at yourself at where you are, right? When you're saying I'm going to Miami and you're on the plane, there's no doubt that you're getting there. That's how it is. You're going on your journey. You're going on your path. You just have to have zero doubt that you're getting there. So it's just about creating a bond, a pack. And the thing about it is, I'm never going to have that mentality of fear, not letting new pack members in, because like I said, they can stab me and that can set me back. But the one fucking lion, the one motherfucking lion that I get that sticks by my side through all the fucking bullshit, through all the stabbings, through all the motherfucking shit, it's all I need. I only need a few go-getters. I don't need many. I only need a few people who are going to be solid and there and know what the fucking Legos are about. And it's like, yeah, I may have a big ass foundation Lego and you're building on top of it, but guess what? I wouldn't have been able to get as high as I want to be in life, and you wouldn't be able to get as high as you want to be in life, right? If we didn't build together. So it's a thing of, it's not about pride. It's about we can get higher together, right? It's not about what I could do or what you could do, right? It's like, yeah, I could have a big ass fucking Lego piece on my own, don't need nobody, and I got a nice shiny Lego and I can be greedy and keep it all, right? And I understand that, and I could come out real good and not have to trust anybody, right? But if I want to go to where I'm going, I got to take some risk. I gotta take some fucking life risk, and that means you gotta add people. You gotta scoot over at the table. You gotta make it a round table. You gotta let everyone, you have a seat, right? And then eventually the equity is broken off based on the value that is brought, and it just naturally flows into a nice, solid business. It's not the easiest thing to do. It's one of the hardest things to do, is to find a band of brothers or a family, someone that will be through you with you thick and thin. It's the hardest thing in the fucking world, but it's not impossible. And the ones that do find it, you have the very rare opportunity to really change the world. And it's just money flows in and out. We see it with the market cap. We see how easy it is. The money just flows in and out, in and out. It's life, man. Stop chasing the money. If you really stopped and started using your hands to tinker and create and use your brain to create, you'll look up and you'll realize that the money flows around you. I wake up, I look around, I just see the money flowing around me. I see the value flowing around me. All I have to do is reach my hand out to grab it. That's all I have to do. I don't have to chase anything. The moment you realize you don't have to chase it, right, that it's going to come to you. Because it's kind of like how gravity works, and the fact that the more value you create, the more kind of gravitational pull you have for value. And then before you know it, the value just engulfs you and takes you to another level. And I can make deals effortlessly that will change everybody's lives that are working with me. It's very important to have the mindset. I know it's hard. I know it's hard to understand when you're underwater. It's like, who's this fucking guy? I need a life raft, and he's on a yacht, and he's all fucking preaching to me. But you don't understand, man. Like, I understand now when the people that were preaching and they're trying to say, it's like, I've been there. I know what it takes. And it's the truth. Like, I'm just saying, like, I've been on with less than a life raft. I had like nothing. I was tired and out. I drowned. I should have been dead. I pulled some Jon Snow shit. I just came back to life. Like, I understand. And I'm not trying to preach to anybody. I'm not trying to convince anybody. But the person that this rings clear with, I guarantee it'll change your life. It will. It's the mindset. Don't ruin time. Don't let your current circumstances waste your energy. You only got one shot at this whatever you have, right? When you die, your memories, they disappear, I think, right? Who knows? It's a crapshoot. And, it's just like, man, you don't want to wait till you're rich. Because then you waste all that time, and then you get rich, and then you realize you wasted all that time, and now you fucking have regret for wasting that time, but yet you can't enjoy the future. There's always a double-edged sword to it. The only best bet to always win in life is to realize the now is the most important. Time doesn't matter. You are where you are. You're already home. Start fucking fixing the bitch up. Cheers. Peace.